so much better.
Welcome to MalPensando's Public Speaking Through Comedy Level 1 Grad Show. Round of applause for everyone. Round of applause. Bravo. There we go. Okay, my friends, welcome to the Grad Show. I see a lot of people here, and we're going to ask you to please turn your cameras on because the students want to be able to see you. They want to be able to enjoy your laughter.
I'm here.
You're here. Amazing. I'm happy that you're here. So the way that this is going to work is that you're going to all be, as audience members, you're all going to be on mute, but you're going to have your cameras on. And this is going to be the best way for the students to be able to see you and see your smiles. So we really want everybody's support. I'm going to be calling out people so that they can turn their cameras on. There we go. Scott, Maria, who we got here? Lysandra, Ashley. I love it. Elias, Rachel, Idelma, Alistair. Stir, come on, man. Turn your camera on. You're one of us. You're a MalPensando alumni. Sammy Ramirez, Madeline, Justin. Let's go. Stir. Phil, Justin. Let's see, Sammy Ramirez. Okay, we got it. We got a bunch of people tuning in. Perfect. Okay, I love it. There's a lot of people that are turning their cameras on. So we're going to give a warm welcome to the students. And all of you who have your camera on, be like, yeah. Okay, students, turn your cameras on. 1, 2, 3. Voila. Let's go. Give a round of applause to the students, ladies and gentlemen. We got Alejandro. We got Lina. We got Carissa. Let me see. We got Sam in the house. And we got, let me add the other person so you can see all of Isabella in the house. Look at him. Beautiful, pretty faces. You're going to be able to see them doing their first ever stand-up comedy sets today. While it is online, some people may say, well, it's not as cool as in person. It's not as nerve-wracking as in person. Well, joke's on you because it is nerve-wracking. You still have to prepare. You still have to train. You still have to practice. You still have to write. And it's very, very, very task-intensive. So round of applause to the students for preparing. By show of hands, who has been to a MalPensando show before? Let's see some hands. Only Stir and Maria. Love it. Okay, very nice. Perfect. So you guys are in for a treat. MalPensando, for those of you who don't know, is a comedy school and club that was born in 2014, founded by myself, Stephan Dyer from Costa Rica, and Juan Cajiao, who's also here behind the scenes helping us with tech. From Bogota, Colombia. We are the founders, and we started doing comedy in Spanish in 2014. And as the months went by and the years went by, we started being asked if we could teach workshops to help people overcome the fear of public speaking and connect with people through humor. And since 2017, when the school was born, we've helped over 10,000 professionals conquer the fear of public speaking and become amazing presenters in front of clients, colleagues, executives at interviews, in parties, in professional settings. So today, it's all about doing their first 5 minutes, overcoming the fear of public speaking, and making you laugh. Mind you, they're not professional comedians, so don't expect them to be professional comedians. So we're going to connect through the chat. And just to make sure that you're paying attention, right now in the chat, tell us, where are you? Where are you connecting from? Are you in Toronto? Are you in Australia? Are you in France? Are you in Costa Rica, where I'm from? Okay, let's see the chat. Let's see everybody. Right where you are. Sammy, Montreal, Maria, Bogota. Where else? Let's see people. Mexico, Santiago, Bonilla, Toronto. Okay, we got a lot of Torontonians in the house. Where else? Puerto Escondido, Mexico. Oh my God, we hate you, Stir. T-Dot, Toronto. Okay, we got a lot of Torontonians. Stir says, ha, ha, ha. And now just so the students get less nervous, we're going to make sure that you guys laugh in the chat. On the count of 3, laugh as if this was the best joke ever in the history, okay? And that's how you're going to laugh at all the jokes. So we're going to be supportive audience members today, okay? 1, 2, 3. Let's go in the chat. Ha, 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 ha. Emojis. Ha, ha, ha. LOLs. La, 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 la. Go crazy, go crazy. Ah, there we go, there we go, there we go. Okay, that's how the chat is going to blow up the entire show. Okay, students, did you see? We're going to have an amazing show. Everybody loves you already. Everybody's going to laugh at your jokes already. And some people are going to join this workshop because they're going to see all of you and they're going to be inspired. So I think we're ready to get this started, my friends. All right, my friends, are you ready? Let's see in the chat. Are you ready to rumble? Let's see people in the chat. Let's see people going in the chat. Yes, yes, yes. Hell yeah. I'm going to start removing spotlights here because the show is about to start. Okay, I see a lot of hell yes. Yes, let's go. Hell yeah. Okay, amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, our first student is from Venezuela. She is a high-performance athlete. She was recently on my podcast. She is very smart. From Puerto Ordaz, right now in Windsor, Ontario. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Isabella. Anés.
Thank you for that, Stephan. How are we doing tonight? How is everybody doing? We're feeling tired. How are we feeling? Let me see the chat. Nothing? Good. I hope we're good because we're about to have a good time, okay? So, as Stephan said, my name is Isabella Anés, and I am Venezuelan. And when people hear that I'm Venezuelan, they go like, oh, do you dance? And I'm like, well, proudly I say, of course, I do salsa, I do merengue, I even do bachata, but the only thing I don't do is cocaine. So I love driving. I really do, but not when my mom is the co-pilot. And why? Because this lady has zero confidence in me, like zero, absolutely none. Since she's also a very proud Latina, when she's in the car as the co-pilot, she gets very, very emotional, very nervous, and she feels everything is danger, right? So it's incredible, but like the number of syllables that she says decreases as she feels that danger around increases. So let's say we're driving and then she starts to feel anxious and she might say, Isabella, cuidado, 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 Isabella, cuidado, cuidado. And repeat herself like that. Danger increases and she might just say, Isabella, frena, 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 Isabella. I'm like, okay. And if she really feels that the things are not going well, she might just say, ooh. And I get nervous with her. So I just reply like, ay, like hella scared. But the worst part about her being my co-pilot is that she tries to brake with me with an imaginary brake. So let's say we are approaching a red light and I have everything under control because I know I do. I have everything under control, but she feels she has to brake. She might just jerk and her leg will move and then she'll try to grab the handle and then she'll just go, ooh, and I'll just go, ay. So, well, I am 20 years old and I'm single and ready to mingle. So for more information, please just text 1-800-IsabellaIsFree.com. And I know it sounds like a joke, but I'm looking for a guy to date. I really am. And I'm not too picky. I'm not too picky at all. I'm just looking for a guy who is tall, who is athletic, respectful, who is dedicated, who is romantic, who respects me, and who treats me right. I don't think that's too much. Is that too much to ask? I don't think so. The problem right now is that all guys, all they're looking for is just to have sex. And I'm not like that. I'm not really just into that. So I'm in university, and actually the other day, some guy tried to try sexting with me. And he was like messaging me. So he sent me a text and he was like, hey, what are you wearing? And I was like, my basketball clothes. And he was like, oh, I love basketball. And I was like, oh, me too, for sure. And he was like, straight to the point, do you like it rough or romantic? And I was like, ooh. And he was like, I was like, Mom, is that you? I am very intrigued to know the science of sexting. Like, it just doesn't make sense in my mind. Like, doesn't sexual or pleasure relies on tactile senses? Like, sending a picture of your part doesn't even represent them on real scale. So you can't even say that touching the screen will make you feel something. Like, I don't get it. Like, maybe it can make you travel in time into like good memories, but for a good girl like me, I can't relate to that. So it won't make sense. It will never make sense in my mind. And well, on top of that, another thing that really pisses me off related to guys is that they just have it easier in everything. Like, in my opinion, starting with our periods, like, guys should have a period. Like, why don't they go through all the suffering that they do from our periods that we do, from our periods to pregnancy to childbirth? Like, we go through all that pain while they just have it easier. Like, it's not fair. I just had to address that. But well, switching gears a little bit right now, as I mentioned, I'm Venezuelan, but I'm aware that my English is decent. Like, in fact, I've been told by several of my friends, my teammates, that I could go as a Canadian because my accent is not constant. It kind of like comes and goes depending on the sentence. But the moment that you put a mask on my face, oh boy, everything just goes downhill. Like, I might say half a sentence in perfect English and then the other half a sentence in crazy Latina mode. And I don't understand why. It just happens. For example, we were at a game the other day and we were down by like 3 points, I think. And we were playing, this was like at the beginning of COVID, so we were still playing with our mask. And I was calling, I was just encouraging my teammates. So I was just like, hey, we're doing a great job. Let's go. Let's keep pushing. It's just a matter of time. Let's go. It just comes and goes. I don't know why it happened. And then in another occasion, I was bringing down the ball. I'm a point guard. So if you don't know, point guards bring down the ball and distribute the ball. So I was calling for a play called scrape. So I was just like, scrape, and calling for my teammates to move. And that play, I'm supposed to pass the ball to my teammate, Queenie, so she can score it. But the moment I called the play, all my teammates kind of, including Queenie, looked at me and were like, what the fuck are you saying? Like, it just looked at me like, what? So I kept on repeating, but by the time I said it like 5 times, I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to take that shot and I'll just take the ball and shoot it. So I shot, score. And then my teammates kind of turned around and were like, Isabella, what the fuck did you just do? And I just told them, we're doing an incredible job out there. Let's go. It's just a matter of time. Let's keep pushing. Thank you so much, everybody.
Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause to Isabella, Anés, killing it with the basketball, with the period, with the mom in the car. I love it. Isabella's mom is in the show, is right here. And she's right there. Look at her. She couldn't stop laughing because it's all true. Go like this if it's true. Go like this if it is not true. Is Isabella saying the truth? Yeah.
Yeah, she knows it. She knows it.
She knows it. The other person who was having the best time ever in this show was Maria Aguilar. I don't know if you know her, but she was laughing nonstop. I love it.
Gracias.
The chat was blowing up, like so many LOLs. They love the accent. Single guys, where you at? Isabella's mom is here. LOL. True. Yikes. Let's go, point guard. We love it. Another round of applause for Isabella, ladies and gentlemen. Bravo. As you can see, Isabella has her basketball jerseys in the back.
Yep.
She's, oh, look at it. And the Venezuela flag, of course. Represent.
Yeah, represent always.
Always. Love it. Thank you, Isabella. That was incredible. My friends, the good news is the show goes on because we had 5 incredible students in the workshop. For those of you wondering, what's this workshop all about? What do you guys do? How long are the classes? Well, basically, it's a 7-week workshop where you meet once a week for 3 hours. And on the 7th week, that's actually today, we have a grad show where the students put into practice everything they learned throughout the 6 weeks. For example, they learned 25 tips and techniques on how to connect with audiences and overcome the fear of public speaking, how to control their nervousness, what is comedy, what is a setup and a punch, how to pause, how to crowd work, so interact with an audience, how to do incredible virtual presentations, because a lot of times people are subject matter experts, but everybody falls asleep. Sometimes you'll see somebody on screen and they're like, and you think they love your presentation, but really they're just on Instagram, you know? So you need to be able to connect with people online. Obviously in person, as we're going back to the new normal, it's very important too. So if you're interested in joining this workshop, let us know or go on MalPensando.com. We're going to put it in the chat and see when our next workshops are, because we have level 1, level 2, and level 3, and all of our courses we teach in English and in Spanish, in person and online. Some of you may not be in Toronto, so you can still take it online. And if you are in Toronto, as the city reopens, we're going to start to teach them in person again in April. Let's go. Okay, yeah, the website is in the chat now. And we're going to continue, my friends. Our next student is from Canada, but she is also Chinese. She made us laugh in the class so much throughout the entire 7 weeks. She's very smart. We love her. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Carissa. Wow.
Oh, Carissa.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So my name is Carissa, and I'm Chinese Canadian. I don't like stereotypes, and I gotta say, when I tell people I'm Chinese Canadian, I hear them thinking, well, she's polite and she's probably really frugal, but it bugs me because I'm not polite. But the worst part is I'm 3rd generation Chinese Canadian, which means I don't fit in anywhere. So in China, I'm Canadian. In Toronto, I'm Chinese. And in Markham, I'm Torontonian. So I'm really conflicted. And I'm not just conflicted, I'm also conflicted because the things I like to do, what I like to do, I don't really fit in. So for example, I used to live in Ottawa. I met my husband there. There is great cross-country skiing, great hiking, swimming. Gatineau Park is beautiful. And I look around and everyone I see is white. Even my husband's white. But like I'm looking for Chinese people, the people that look like me, you know, the people that maybe they're just there's descendants from the railway workers, not the people that are coming through on busy tour buses and noisy, just trying to take pictures of the just photo ops. Like I'm looking for people that look like me, that like try to, you know, understand what where the land, what the where the soil is, where they come from, all that kind of stuff. Like they actually enjoy, you know, nature, not people that are just passing through. but I don't see those people. And so then I get really sick of Ottawa and I come back to Toronto and I go directly to Chinatown and I see everything's just garbage and air pollution, and you get food that's served in these black plastic containers that you can't recycle, and they'll stay on the planet for thousands of years and go into the universe forever. Like it upsets me. So I wish I could have nature and Chinese people that care about nature all in the same place, but it doesn't seem to be possible. So that's one thing. But I do love my in-laws. They're white. They're Scottish and Ukrainian, and we like to talk about food. They like to talk about food. I like to talk about food, something that we all have in common, which is great. They like to talk about Chinese food to make me feel more at home, and they know that I like to cook. So they were asking me about recipes, and I gave them a recipe that I found online. My mother-in-law was looking for something that's easy to make in the evenings with her grandkids. So I found this copycat Panda Express chow mein dish, and I gave it to her, and I thought she might like it, and she served it, and everyone loved it. She keeps on making it. The family just loves it, and now she's called it the Carissa's famous noodles. But the interesting thing is, I don't eat this dish anywhere except for at her place. I don't make it for myself. I never order it online or anywhere else on restaurants. So I think I should just stick to talking about salmon and pierogies, because that way we'll have some mutual understanding. But so I am thinking about trying to eat more healthy Chinese food though. I've actually been thinking, maybe starting a Chinese organic restaurant in Canada, because they have them in China. They're called organic restaurants. But here in Canada, they would be Chinese organic restaurants. And you'd come in and there'd be maybe a hipster, artsy, Chinese Canadian, vegan waiter taking you to your seat and asking what you want. And you might be like, well, I'd like the chicken fried rice and a egg roll. And she'd be like, well, you mean tempeh fried rice with a side of avocado and organic bok choy. And I'd really recommend the organic pear bubble tea, which is sugar free, and it's a combo price, good deal. So that's what I would like. But you know what, I haven't seen that yet. I'm going to keep on looking. I'm also conflicted professionally. So, I like to be more Chinese personally, but I like to be more white professionally. So fun fact, I'm an environmental lawyer, and fun fact, there's at least maybe one other environmental lawyer who's Chinese Canadian in Ontario, and there's one in BC. And that's about it. So the Chinese Canadian environmental field is very, very Caucasian, and mostly male, and if they're not male, they're female. Obviously. Well, actually, that's not obvious. Sometimes that's not a given. But let's just say I find it difficult to bond with people, because you're supposed to go after work and, hang out and everything. And they'd be like, well, do you want to grab a burger and a beer and go watch the Canadians in the Olympics? And I'd be like, well, you know what? I actually would be more interested in having some spicy hand-pulled noodles with some pickled vegetables and cheer for that really controversial Chinese American free skier who's representing China. And we can go to that organic Chinese place that I know of. That'll be my comfort zone. So that's why, sometimes I feel a little conflicted at work. But I also feel conflicted about my husband. And, sometimes I like to be by myself, but I do feel lonely when he's not there with me in bed at night. But then ironically, I actually do feel lonely even when he is in bed with me at night, because if I'm talking and I feel anxious, that makes him feel anxious, and then he doesn't listen, and that makes me more anxious, and it's a sort of a cycle. So it's kind of a little bit isolating that way. But the other day I asked him, do you regret marrying me? And he said no. It's great. I said, why? Well, because regret makes me anxious. So that wasn't the greatest, but I will say though, like, sometimes I'm just talking, at night, like he'll look up at the ceiling, he'll look sideways and tune me out. So sometimes, it's just, that's the way we end up our nights. But we do spice it up sometimes. The other night we had a threesome. It was me, my husband, and anxiety. So sometimes it was his turn, sometimes it was my turn. It was a blast. Okay, thank you very much, everyone.
Round of applause. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. That was incredible. What a threesome. Scott, unmute yourself. Is this true? Scott is like multitasking, being a dad, being a husband. Is this true?
Oh, that was fantastic.
MalPensando
I wasn't expecting that.
MalPensando just saved the marriage right here. Look at Scott. He has the best time of his life tonight. Scott was laughing the entire time. And everybody was like, oh no, the in-laws. Scott, is this true about the Carissa special?
It's extremely true. It took us, I don't know, months before we ever tried this dish. They kept telling us it was like Auntie Carissa's special noodles. I was like, well, okay.
And now everybody loves it. And that's Carissa's and Scott's daughter, who's going to take this course in about 15 years, maybe. She just doesn't know it yet. Another round of applause for Carissa, ladies and gentlemen. Scott, you know what? The good news is, you may be interested in this, but typically what has happened through the over 600 students that have taken this course is the one person will take it, in this case, Carissa, and then the partner wants revenge. So they join the course right after. This is not a joke, by the way. Like probably 30 significant others have taken the course right after their partner did. And the good news for you, Scott, is the next course starts in about a few weeks. And if you join tonight, anybody who's in here, if you join tonight, you have $50 off for the entire 7-week program. So it won't be $450, tax included. Good deal. It'll be $400. Very good deal. And Scott, you look like a guy who wants to take this course and have a little revenge on Carissa. But for the time being, we're going to give another round of applause for Carissa for killing it, making us laugh, making us look at diversity in a different way. We love it. And now, my friends, we're going to continue this incredible show. Maria Aguilar cannot stop laughing. I'm looking at her here. And Maria Mengad as well. She's laughing this whole time. They're my favorite people to look at. I'm just looking at you the whole time. You may be looking at the performer, but I'm looking at Maria Aguilar and Maria Mengad the whole time. Our friends, Maria Mengad, might be really excited because our next student is from Cameroon and Canada. He is also a high performance athlete. He's a good friend. He's part of a bigger group of friends that we have called the Continual Growth Crew. And I met him over a year ago doing sports. And now after a lot of time of him wanting to do this, he joined. I'm incredibly proud. He made us laugh the entire time, the entire 7 weeks. And we're very excited. Ladies and gentlemen, from Cameroon and from Canada, the unbreakable, the unmistakable, the highly capable, Sam Bougha!
Thank you, guys. Really happy to be here. So, hi guys, I am Sam, and some people tell me I look like a guy that moisturizes 4 times a day. That really bugs me because it's true. If you haven't noticed, I am black, and as a black, handsome man, I get really embarrassed when I'm actually in public. It's pretty embarrassing. It kind of feels like when you're the guest at someone's house and you clog their toilets. That happened to me once, and yeah, super embarrassing. Little background about me. I am Cameroonian, and because I speak English and I'm African, some people think I am Nigerian. So if there's some of you ladies wondering, yes, sir, I can be your Niger prince. Just send me 50K, your social insurance number, and your credit card, and I'm all yours. Man, so I've been watching the news lately, like everyone else. It's crazy out there. Not just the Russia and Ukraine conflict, but also just Canadian politics. And to be honest, Canadian politics just confused the hell out of me. Weren't people excited about Justin Trudeau not too long ago? A couple of years ago, you had people being like, he supports the LGBTQ community. His hair is amazing. He's so cute. Now everyone's like, yo, fuck Trudeau. Fuck the liberals. All this because of his response to the pandemic? Aren't these the same people that were excited about receiving CERB money not too long ago? Listen, man, I'm from a third world country. So honestly, I'm just happy to have free healthcare. You know, I am happy. I'm not going to criticize the government and risk my ass getting deported. Last time I actually went to Cameroon with my family, we got off the plane, and as soon as we entered the airport, it was pitch black, like no lights, no electricity, you know? So, and by the end of the trip, my laptop got stolen by one of my cousins. Yeah. So I love Justin Trudeau. I'm confused. I don't know why so many people complain why that Justin Trudeau has been in power for so long and hasn't done anything. Guys, we have free healthcare. The president of Cameroon is actually 90 years old and has been in power for 40 years. Do you know what we have in Cameroon? Kidnappings. Justin Trudeau is amazing. That's my guy. Man, honestly, Canada has actually so many benefits. Can you believe weed is legal? Yeah, I see you weed smokers out there like, yep. Honestly, I only used to be a social smoker, and now it feels like a month without weed is hectic. It came to the point where I thought like I might be addicted. So last year during Ramadan, I actually broke my fast with a spliff. I got so mad at myself because, and guess what? Actually, it wasn't even time to eat yet. You know, like I got so mad at myself because I worked so hard to fast and have mental clarity. And then I remembered, I'm not even Muslim. I just smoke this shit. God forgives, you know? Yeah. My girlfriend did not forgive me. She actually wasn't too happy about that. Yes, girls, I do have a girlfriend. So I am sorry. I cannot be your Niger prince anymore. Oh, man. So my girl and I will be dating for 5 years, and I'm just annoyed because there's still some things I wish we didn't argue about anymore, you know? For example, she still gets mad at me if I fart while we're talking. She'd be like, baby, what time is it? And I'm like, 45. And then she's like, seriously? she actually gets mad at me because she thinks it's disrespectful. Then I get mad at her because I think it's immature, not disrespectful. Then we start arguing, we forget about the fart, and then we start arguing about something from 2 weeks ago, and yeah, relationships. My girlfriend is Arab, and she is the baby of her family, which means her parents are really overprotective. They always wanted her to actually marry an Arab prince. So the first time I met them, I had to dress to impress, and also I dressed like an Arab prince from Saudi Arabia. I even told them my name was Samir Mohammed. For my beard and everything. But yeah, they didn't really fall for it because an Arab prince wouldn't bring guns to dinner. And I also have this rosary tattoo, so like they definitely didn't fall for that. So guys, I'm actually just kidding. I never met her parents. You don't meet Arab parents unless you're getting married like 3 weeks later. So I don't have all the money that I'm supposed to have to marry my beautiful girlfriend, but I do have e-transfer. So please send me 50K, your credit card number, and your social insurance number, and you're all invited to my wedding. I have, guys. Thank you.
Let's go! Round of applause for Sammy.
Nice.
Your Nigerian prince. Oh my God, we made Sam do that accent in class like 50,000 times. We couldn't get enough of it. And the best part is Maria Mengad, Sam's girlfriend, was having the best of times. Maria, can you unmute yourself?
Yes.
Is all of this true? Tell me it is.
It is. It is. All facts.
And how did you meet Sam on Tinder? Did he come off as a Nigerian swindler?
No, not at all.
Okay, I love it. I love it. Not on Tinder. You met him in the club, at the gym, because Sam is a machine at the gym. You don't even. We were gonna get him to have 2 cameras because we can't fit him in one. This guy is like. Where did you meet
Don't
Sam?
hype him up too much. At work. We met at work.
Yeah, don't hype him up too much because his ego is we're gonna need 3 computers next time for level 2. Maria, I don't know if you know, you might have heard of it on CP24, but typically when one person of the relationship joins this course, then the next person, the significant other, wants to join the course. And I don't know if you heard on CNN or something, but if you join tonight, there's $50 off with the code Nigerian Swindler. With the code Grad Show. This is not a lie. Stir can confirm it in the chat. He says he ain't lying. TMZ ran a clip about it too. There you go. Sold. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Sam and Maria for being an amazing girlfriend, supporting Sam and letting him say all those things about her and her family in the show, which, like Maria confirmed, all facts. Another round of applause for Sam, ladies and gentlemen, killing it. We're halfway through the show, halfway there, living on a prayer, like my boy John Bon Jovi would say. The chat, Stir says that had me out of my chair. For real. The chat was blowing up. The Nigerian swindler. You've been sending me some emails, says Juan. Stir says, Naija boy. Nelson Wong says to Carissa, you have a hidden talent that is now exposed. So good, Nelson/dad. Oh, Carissa's got some fans in the house. I love it. The family came to support. Everybody's just saying facts about about Sam's. I'm starting to believe the whole thing was true. Oh my God. The best part about Sam's set was that, by the way, he didn't do this in practice. It was like he would say something and he'd be like, the little laugh. We weren't expecting that. That never came out in practice, but we loved it. By the way, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you heard about it on CNN or CB24, but the 3 students who are in, actually the 4 students who are in Toronto, which is Isabella, Carissa, Sam, and Alejandro, they're having this show in person March 22nd at Comedy Bar, which is Ossington and Bloor. So if you love it, invite everybody, your friends, your family, because we're gonna do it at a live comedy bar, March 22nd, 9:30 p.m. Tickets are gonna go soon, gonna go out in the next week, but mark it down on your calendars, okay? This is not a joke. We're gonna share the flyer at the end of the show, but I'm just putting this right there so you can mark down your calendars. March 22nd, Tuesday, 9:30 p.m. I know it's weird, Tuesday, 9:30 p.m., but it's what we got, and we want to really take advantage of the momentum that they have because they put in a lot of effort throughout these 7 weeks to do this, and now we're gonna do it live in person in about 10 days or whatever. I don't know how many days. March 22nd. All right, my friends, let's continue this show. Our next student, ladies and gentlemen, is from Ecuador. He is a gifted man who makes doors for a living. He is very funny. He is charismatic. The guy cannot stop smiling. Even if he's sad, cannot stop smiling for his life. We love him. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the unbreakable, the unmistakable, the highly capable Alejandro Bonilla.
Hey! Thank you so much, Stephan. Oh my God, you make me feel like, really? Yes, I am. So, hi, how are you guys? How is everything? How is everything going?
Good.
Good,
We're
good.
good. Yeah.
Well, so my name is Alejandro. And a lot of people tell me that I look like a tour guy. I don't know what they are talking about. Anyway, so welcome, guys. Welcome to the stream. If you have any question or you get lost here, don't hesitate to ask me questions in English, in Spanish, or Mexican. Now I'm joking. I don't speak English. So, well, well, I am part of the world. Like we are between ceviche peruano and you pues papi. You know what? We're between them, like right in the middle. Stephan say that, and I have a lot of people here from Ecuador. I hope you guys from Ecuador just say the thumbs up, or smiling. Yeah. Yeah, Ecuador in the house, exactly. So yes, actually, I didn't believe as well when Stephan say, "Oh, Alejandro has job." Like, yes, I do have job. Yeah, believe it or not, I have, and I'm door maker, and it's like, yeah, my job is I make doors. So, yeah. But you know what? Sometimes I feel my colleagues hate me. It's like when I finish a door, I take my phone and I start watching Netflix, some series that I have some there, like Game of Thrones is a nice show. Breaking Bad is good. Free Britney is, oh my God. No, I'm kidding. Like I never saw Game of Thrones in my life. One thing that I have right now, like this couple of weeks, I got a apprentice. He's a nice guy. He looks like a very nice guy, but he didn't see Breaking Bad yet. And I was like, okay, he's just too focused on learning, in preparing himself to make doors. It's like, really, dude? Such an idiot. Whatever. I have been talking with some friends, like from Ecuador, and they say, Alejandro, man, you are a nice guy. You are living the Canadian dream. And it's like, well, if the Canadian dream is wake up Monday, 6 a.m., after I was remembering have some drinks with my friends. And when you wake up, it's like, what happened the weekend? I was drinking on Friday, I woke up on Sunday night, and it's like, really? And you have to repeat that for 52 weeks per year? So yeah, I'm living the Canadian dream, man. I haven't woke up yet. And also another fact for me, like probably most of you don't know, but yes, I have a girlfriend. She's nice. So I'm sorry, ladies, but today I'm not gonna be your Nigerian boyfriend. But yes, I can accept your 5 million euros. Send me your social insurance number and your credit card. And next day, I'm gonna make you a door. That was my Nigerian accent. How was it, Sam? How was it? Was good?
It was good.
So I was saying about my girlfriend. She's nice, but as all guys, I think I don't know girls, but it's so funny. It's so like you ask yourself, like when the girls is in mute mood, like when they got silent, it's bad. It's bad news. Like for us, it's like I did something for sure, or I didn't do something, and it's like, babe, how are you? And she's like, good. And it's like, oh my God, I don't know what else. Like, okay, maybe she wants a chocolate. Does it? Sometimes we just like, oh, she just wants chocolate, you know? So, babe, you want a chocolate? And she's like, wait, no, am I just a little sad? It's because I feel like I would like to go for a trip. And I'm like, wait a minute, I know a guy. Welcome to this trip. In your left, you will find the washroom. In the right, you will find the bedroom. In front of you, you have your boyfriend. She didn't like the joke. So she got sad. And I was like, okay, I got sad. And that is another fact for myself that I can tell you. It's quite funny. It's like I have, besides to be an insane handsome, I have a disease, which is chronic empathy. What that means? It means like if you're happy, I'm so happy. If you get sad, I'm sad. But if you feel horny, no, I'm not going to jail today. Thank you so much, my friends. I hope you like it. Thank you.
Round of applause for our tour guide, Alejandro Bonilla, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I told you, this guy cannot stop smiling, even if he tries.
People say like I have a cramp here.
Alejandro, if he's sad, he's smiling. If he's happy, he's smiling. If he's horny, he's smiling. Alejandro, is your girlfriend in the Zoom room?
No, she's not.
Is she imaginary? Is she here? Is she with you?
Like a mute mode.
She's on mute.
She got silent. I'm scared.
Sam, what did you think of the Nigerian accent?
I'm not Nigerian, so I can't tell them. Just people think I am. But it was good.
It just sounded like a Nigerian person who was born in Ecuador and grew up in Ecuador their entire life. Oh my God, that was
good,
amazing. A lot of people were laughing in the chat. There were a lot of LOLs, a lot of flags. Very nice. And Alejandro, for some reason that we can't understand, because he told us that he finishes a door and watches 4 hours of Netflix on the job, and then on week 3 he got a promotion. We have no idea how his life works.
And this is so funny. Brian is the brother of my boss, so now he knows.
So Brian is here.
Yeah.
Okay, Brian. Where is Brian? Brian Costa? Brian Costa?
Yes.
Okay, Brian, can you unmute yourself?
He's gonna kill me.
Brian, can you unmute yourself? Is this true? Maybe Brian, there he is.
Hey, what's up,
Is this
guys?
true? Is this
It's
all
true.
true?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This guy has watched more movies than doors.
Yeah, that's what they say, you know. But he still got promoted. I don't know how.
Okay, nice. Well, because the guy can't stop smiling and everybody loves him. So we'll take it. Big round of applause for Alejandro Bonilla, ladies and gentlemen, from El Ecuador.
The Ecuador.
Thank you very much, Alejandro. My friends, we are coming near the end of the show. We have one more student. She is from Colombia, ladies and gentlemen. She goes from Bogota to Medellin and Medellin to Bogota. Fun fact, she was Juan Cajiao's, or my business partner and founder of the school. They went to university together, and they both said that none of them did anything in school, and they both graduated somehow. Maybe they went to the Alejandro Bonilla School of Business, did nothing, and still do great in life, you know? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Bogota, in Medellin, Lina Barbosa. Bravo!
Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a great time. So as Stephan said, I'm Lina and I'm single. I know you're all thinking, what? No, that's impossible. You cannot be single. That's a lie. You, come on. I know. Thank you. Okay, guys, so for the past 7 weeks, I've been terrified just thinking about this course, especially because English is not my first language. So if you guys don't laugh tonight, it's not because I'm not funny. It's because you guys are racist. It's funny how I didn't want to take the course in the first place, but I ended up joining anyway. Well, I was actually kind of forced into it. So Juan posted something on Instagram about the course, and by mistake, I replied to that story. And I was like, hey, Juan, it's been years. How's it going? What are you up to? He was like, congratulations. You have been signed to the course. And I just charged your credit card. See you in the first class. And that's why I'm here tonight. Thank you, Juan. So, well, as I was saying before, I'm single. I know. But what really bugs me is that my friends are more concerned about my singleness than I am. I do want to date. I just want to do it on my own time and with no pressure from anyone, especially my friends having me download every single dating app that exists. So they're like Tinder, Inner Circle, Bumble, Grindr. But I really think the reason why they want me to date so bad is because at parties, I'm basically last woman standing. Everyone gets there with their partners and they're like, oh, this is Hector, my husband, or Maria, my wife. And I'm just standing there like, this is Godzilla, my chihuahua. Okay, so now that we talk about my baby, I don't really like kids, and I actually like the fact that I don't like kids. Every social event that I go to involves either a partner or a kid, and I don't have either, so I'm basically screwed. But don't get me wrong, I mean, I do think kids are cute. I just think Godzilla is cuter than them. And for me, kids are kind of like a Rubik's Cube. After you spend a while, you just want to give it back. Okay, let's play some trivia, you guys. Guess whose name starts with L, ends with Ina, and got divorced after 6 months of marriage? Any takers? No, nobody? Yep, that was me. Me and apparently a bunch of famous and rich people. The difference here is that after the divorce, they were still rich and famous. Me, on the other hand, I'm poor and anonymous. So I don't know what. I always had this romantic idea of marriage and love and family, but definitely reality is far from that. And I blame romantic comedies. I do watch a lot of those. So in those movies, they show you the journey before getting married. So all the butterflies in your stomach and getting to know each other and everything. But they never mention the marriage part. They never show it to you. Because if they did, it wouldn't be a romantic comedy. That will be a horror movie. I see some takers there. Huh. Some people are nodding. But yeah, I mean, it was still hard for me to get divorced, especially because my parents are super conservative. So when I got divorced, my mom was like, "What? After only 6 months?" Yeah, mom, I bet I beat Kim Kardashian. And also, I'm kind of like a cupid for my ex-boyfriends. After we break up, they end up like finding the one. I'm gonna have to start charging for that. So if there's like any guys tonight looking to get married, give me a call. I am available. But for the time being, it's just me, myself, and Godzilla. Thank you, guys.
Yes, Godzilla. I like it.
Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Lina. Barbosa.
1-800 Cupido.
Lina, Juan in the chat wrote, Lina is looking for a Nigerian prince. Lina and Isabella are looking for a Nigerian prince. I love it. Well, at least you beat Kim Kardashian in the chat.
Yeah,
Ashley confirmed 72 days with an NBA player.
yeah.
His name was Chris. What was the other name? Chris Humphreys. There you go. How do I know this? I don't know. Maybe I work for TMZ. Maybe I don't. Who knows? But how do I know this? I don't know. But Lina, you beat Kim. You beat Kim K. And that's a big accomplishment. And for those of you who don't know, Lina didn't want to join because she has, like a lot of students and a lot of people around the world, like anxiety about public speaking. And you would think that it's just in front of the computer, it's not a big deal. But no, like everybody gets nervous. Everybody goes through this. So if you're going through the same obstacles, join the workshop. And it's, Lina, how did, first, Lina was poor before the workshop. 7 weeks later, she's rich. Like she has like $4 million in her bank just because of the workshop. And a husband and a chihuahua. Like this workshop changes lives, people. I don't even know what to tell you. Lina, what was your experience? Like everybody was still nervous. You were still nervous, but did you conquer your fear?
Yeah, I mean, definitely this has been super helpful. I mean, lots of tips, lots of laughs. I mean, we had a great time. I never thought that I was going to do like a public speaking course and do like 5 minutes me speaking and trying to tell jokes in front of lots of people. So yeah, it was definitely a great experience.
I'm loving it. We're very proud of you. Another round of applause for Lina Barbosa, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
My friends, this is not just special because they graduate today and they overcame the fear of public speaking, but because this is such a special night, we like to acknowledge them with graduation diplomas. For the 5 of them, this is a very special night getting a diploma because most of them haven't even graduated from anything in life. So this is a big night. This is a big night. First diploma that they all get. Alejandro hasn't even graduated from Wood University or from door making university. Isabella is still in university. Lina is never graduated with Juan. I don't even know how they have a job. And Sam is also trying to get his first diploma. So we're going to congratulate them and acknowledge them. And well, Carissa has like 90 diplomas behind her. So Carissa's the exception, as you can tell. But We're going to acknowledge them in the order in which they appeared. So, ladies and gentlemen, round of applause from Venezuela. Isabella. Anés. Bravo. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for Carissa. Wong. Bravo. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, keep the hands going, keep your applause going for Sam. Bougha. Bravo.
Let's go.
I don't know what that was, but it sounded amazing.
That was
Keep
my
the
mom.
applause. Keep the applause going for Alejandro. Bonilla. Bravo.
Oh,
And last but not least, in Medellin, Colombia, Lina. Barbosa. Bravo. How incredible is this?
mama.
Big round of applause to all of them. I'm going to spotlight them because actually, I'm going to spotlight them in like a little bit, but we have a tradition here and I want to do it right now because I don't want anybody to leave before we do this. We take a picture with everybody. So turn your cameras on and smile because we're going to take a selfie. This is just a souvenir for the students as they graduate in this like magical night. They worked super hard for these 7 weeks. So turn your cameras on. Nelson, Wong, Sil, Ing, Madeline, Juanita, Santiago, Nelson, Suzanne. Nelson has like 50 Zooms on. How many computers does Nelson own? I love it. Suzanne, everybody. Okay, so on the count of 3, turn your cameras on and smile. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Okay, I'm going to spotlight the students so that we can acknowledge them one last time. There we go. And as we're spotlighting them, I'm going to interview them for 10 seconds each. Isabella, what was this experience like for you? You had an injury throughout the course, so you missed a couple of classes. You did like extra effort to be able to catch up. So I really want to acknowledge you for that. And you came back stronger. You made us all laugh. You opened the show, which is very hard to do, and you killed it. So we want to really acknowledge you for that. How did you feel? How was the experience for you?
No, first, Stephan, I want to acknowledge you for dedicating those extra hours with me. Because honestly, I thought after I missed the 2 weeks, I thought I was not going to be able to be here tonight and make a good presentation. But overall, I just feel great. Honestly, as you said, talking, even though it is on the screen, it's not technically in person yet. It is scary. It is very scary for me. This is getting out of my comfort zone. So I just feel very proud with myself and with the rest of the students for being able to do that and getting out of that comfort zone and feeling like we're learning, we're growing, because I believe that that's huge.
I love it. Thank you for sharing that. And to Isabella's point, the workshop, as you all saw, is not just like telling jokes that you find on the internet. That's not it at all. They have to really be vulnerable and bring premises, which is observations about their own life, of how they're feeling on a day-to-day basis. Then we try them in class as we're learning techniques and tips on how to connect with audiences online and in person. So it's like a lot of trial and error, getting out of your comfort zone, rehearsing. Each of them rehearsed at least 25 times just for today. And you stop sounding like a robot and you start sounding like yourself. So big congratulations to all of you. Carissa, how did you feel? You have Scott and your daughter there. Scott couldn't stop laughing. How did you feel?
Yeah, well, I think it would be even more fun in person, but it was definitely fun to do it this way. I couldn't see people's reactions because I was staring at the camera, but it was really good to just finally get all the material out there and also laugh at everyone's sets and kind of just enjoy it. So yeah,
Love it. Thank you. Round of applause for Carissa as well. Bravo. I want to acknowledge Carissa and Sam because they were both on vacation throughout the course, not throughout the entire course, but like a week or two. And Sam and Carissa both connected from the beach for class. For class, they were on the beach having dinner or whatever. Sam was having a romantic dinner with Maria in class, trying to do comedy and lookalikes, and Carissa as well. So a lot of commitment. Sam, how did you feel? I know that you really wanted to do it in person. That's why you joined, and you will in a couple of days. But how was this whole experience and the 7 weeks?
Honestly, first of all, thank you, Stephan, because it's not just about the comedy in terms of class, it's the actual public speaking and getting over that fear that although I got older and I became less shy, you still have it inside of you in certain settings. So that was the main thing there for me. But in terms of the actual comedy side and learning the tactics and watching even stand-up comedy differently now,
yeah,
I'm all about learning, right? So like I'm gonna watch it differently and I want to be in person, and I really liked it. I feel like, yes, like Carissa said, it would have been a bit more fun in person, but in a world where we're using also like virtual settings a little bit more, you still want to be able to have that connection. So I enjoyed it, and
love it.
Yeah, it was good dedication, and I learned a lot. Looking forward to level 2.
Let's go. Round of applause for Sam, ladies and gentlemen. Bravo, Alejandro. How did you feel these 7 weeks watching Netflix? No, I'm kidding. And of course, I mean.
I finished Breaking Bad.
How did you feel?
Yeah, it actually was a really good experience for me, because it's like a way to put my feelings, to my stress out. I was learning a lot from you guys. It was amazing meetings. It was incredible, because also I was kind of knowing myself, because I didn't know myself through you guys. It's amazing how we connect each other through our fears, through everything. Like every day we have a different way to feel, and we connect somehow. And it was, for me, it's incredible. It was amazing. I can say thank you for this program. Actually, it was happened same as Lina. I did click and I was registered already. Like, okay, so let's see. And it was awesome. It was
in Juan's Instagram. If you follow Juan, you just as soon as you hit follow, that's $450 on your card.
Yeah, it was nice. Thank you guys. Thank you for
Round of applause for Alejandro. And last but not least, Lina, do you want to? I know I kind of interviewed you already after your set, but do you want to add anything? How did you feel now that it's done?
No, I think it was great. Also, like meeting all these great people, like knowing each other. We are super different, but I think we connected super great. So yeah, I know. I don't know. I'm like super grateful for doing it. I'm grateful that Juan made me do it, because it was all Juan.
Yes.
But yeah, no, it was great. Thank you guys.
Let's take a picture of the 6 of us. Okay, smile. 1, 2, 3. All right, my friends. We've come to the end of this show. We want to acknowledge as well Juan, who's doing the tech stuff in the back. Round of applause for Juan, ladies and gentlemen. Juan was a bit injured this week because he has COVID. So he also has like all the vaccines. So hopefully it wasn't as bad as it would have been if he didn't have them. But he's in London, Ontario, recovering, and we want to thank him for being here. This is the Lina Barbosa says, by the way, Maria Aguilar is my best friend and has a kid, ha ha ha, but I love him.
Yeah, I love him.
And last, we open up the mic in case any of the supporting audience who came to support the students want to say anything. If you want to say anything and say a few words, unmute yourself or raise your hand and I'm going to unmute you. Say congrats. We love the show. I'm here to support. You guys were very funny. Does anybody want to say anything? Otherwise, I'm going to start calling on some people. Let's see. Love it. Okay, everybody's raising their hands. So Liz J, what do you think? How was it?
I just wanted to say kudos to everybody, honestly, for just pushing yourselves outside of your comfort zone. That was really awesome. Thank
you. I love it. When Sam mentioned the weed, you were like, let's go. I saw that. Suzanne, how about you? Unmute yourself.
Hello, everyone. I like the presentation, and I like how everybody was trying to explain the background and everything. And congratulations to all of you.
How did you feel about Sam's set? Did you like it?
Yeah, I like it.
Did you like his Nigerian accent?
Yeah, it wasn't even Nigerian accent. It was between Nigeria and Cameroonian accent. It makes everything together.
For those of you who didn't read the chat, Suzanne is Sam's mom, and I don't even know her, but I love her already. Suzanne, you should join the course. I don't know what you're waiting. What are
My
you waiting
English
for?
is not good. I speak French.
It's okay. Ça va bien. Le cours, c'est pour ça. Pour les personnes qui parlent pas anglais bien.
Okay, in that case, I will join it.
La la la. I love it. Sam says, okay, Stephan, I see you. I love it. That's the only French I speak. Suzanne, no joke. I mean, the whole course, I mean, everybody is like newcomer or first, second generation immigrant. And a lot of the people, because we started teaching the course in Spanish, a lot of people that join the course are not English, like the English is not their first language. So they use it as a way to overcome the fear of speaking in English because they have to do it at work or in life. So if you liked it, do it. We've had students from age 15 to 87 from 43 countries. Sam was actually our first Cameroonian. You would be our second, but we could expel Sam from MalPensando and make you the first Cameroonian to be a part of MalPensando, if you so desire.
Okay, I will think about it.
Okay, I will think about it. Coming from Sam, who's a master salesman and who learned everything from Suzanne, I don't know if I'll think about it means a yes, but we'll take it as a half a yes. It's the Cameroonian way of saying, hell no.
Okay.
Thank you, Suzanne. Big hug.
Bye-bye.
Anybody else? Maria, what did you think? You can say it in English or in Spanish. Maria Aguilar, what did you think? You can say it in Spanish if you want, and I'll translate.
Nah, it's okay. No, it was really funny for us, even though my kid didn't pay attention to anything. But yeah, we had a blast here, and thank you guys. You just nailed it. Thank you.
Love it.
You watched me. I was like really like.
Yeah, you were laughing the whole time.
Yeah, it was for real. I was not acting, even though I'm a great actress. It was real, for sure. Thank you,
well,
guys.
thank you very much.
I'm proud of you, Lina. I love you.
All right, my friends. Sammy Ramirez in the chat is saying, when will the next level 1 in English start? And that will start in June, I believe. You can go on MalPensando.com because the next course is full already. So MalPensando.com, you will see the next level 1, which is in June or July, I believe. But it's going to be amazing because we're going to do it in person. And the grad show is going to be in person. And it's going to be incredible. So just a reminder before I let everybody go, except the students, because we want to have a debrief, like just a quick meeting, just the students and me. But to everybody else, March 22nd, Comedy Bar, 945 Bloor Street West, the intersection of Bloor and Ossington. Tickets are coming out in the next few days, but mark down your calendars. Tuesday, March 22nd, 9:30 p.m. Isabella, Alejandro, Sam, and Carissa are going to be doing their set live. So invite all your friends, all your family, because it's going to be a night to remember. Ladies and gentlemen, from the bottom of our hearts, Stephan, Dyer, Juan, Cajiao, and everybody on MalPensando, congratulations to Isabella, Alejandro, Lina, Sam, and Carissa. Thank you for being here to support. Good night. Have a good one, and see you soon. Ciao, ciao. Students, stay behind.
Good night.